Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu-Alaikum. Today we will discuss the story of Hud A.S. Hud A.S. and his people, his nation, namely Ad. Allah Ta'ala sent Hud A.S. to Ad to call them, to remind them at-Tawheed, the oneness of Allah, the true and real religion of Allah, and to remind them that they are in the world and it is their test. This world is created by Allah Ta'ala to know how you are acting. If you are acting according to the instruction of Allah, are you acting according to the hidayat of Allah, are you acting against hidayat of Allah, instruction of Allah? So we must also know about the characteristic of Ad. The area of Ad was Arab and they were Semitic. They were the descendant of Sam ibn Nuh. And the time period of their location, their generation was the approximately 2000 year before BC and 1000 year after Nuh alayhi salam. So they were people of very power. They were strong people. Allah Ta'ala had given them very strong physical and mental condition. And they were craftsmen. They built very huge buildings in their towns and cities, and they have not only built buildings and palaces on ground, but they also built buildings and palaces on each and every mound. And they were very prosperous people, and they had no fear from anyone, and each and every nation had fear of them. And whenever they took revenge, they revenged very hard. They revenged a very harsh revenge. Allah Ta'ala sent for their hidayat, for their righteousness, that they should come on a right path. So Allah Ta'ala sent Hud A.S. as messenger to them. Hud A.S. called them that, oh my people, worship only one Allah, and there is no God but Allah, and why you are making other partners in worshipping? The sin of their nation was not that they did not worship Allah, but the sin of their nation was that they worship Allah, but they also worshipped other gods, and they believed in other gods also, and they worshipped idols too. Hud A.S. may try to make them understand that it is only Allah who have blessed you with the wealth, health, and you are all the facility which you enjoy in this world. Each and every blessing is from Allah alone, and you are making partners of Him. How you can make partners of Allah Ta'ala? And each and everything is a witness that Allah Ta'ala is one. Each and everything is witnessing. It is witnessed by each and everything that Allah Ta'ala is one, and only worship one Allah, and there is no God except Him, and He is the Lord of this world and Lord of the world after here. The rejection of the Ad rejected this one and said, you are very wise man, but what you are saying, we don't believe on your this dawa, you are this calling, we don't believe. And how can we abandon to worship other gods though our ancestors, our fathers and grandfathers also worshipped these people, were they wrong? And we only follow our fathers. And one thing that is important to know, that they have heard about the flood of the nation of Nuh al-Islam, which had destroyed their nations, and they also observed the traces of these this flood. But they forgot all these things, and they thought that they have made the buildings and they have made the palaces, they would live there forever and they will never die. Hud al-Islam tried his best. He worked very hard to make them understand that only worship Allah and do not make partners of Him in worshipping Allah. But they did not understand this. Not even they worshipped others with the worshipping of Allah Ta'ala. They worshipped other gods, and they have also made the partners of the idols of that gods. And they were also very cruel people. If and when they destroyed any other people, any other village of other nation, they destroyed all their things, and even did not leave the animals of there. They destroyed each and everything, even their buildings, even their fertile land, each and everything did they destroy. And this is وَإِذَا بَتَشْتُمْ بَتَشْتُمْ جَبَّارِينَ. Whenever you take revenge very harsh. So this was the characteristic of these people, and they were happy of this characteristic. They enjoyed their life, they played, they had cattle, they had children, they did not fear of anyone, and everyone feared them. So Hud al-Islam made them understand that fear Allah, and before the day of judgment, even the punishment day will come and you would be destroyed by the punishment of Allah. But they said, where is Allah? We don't know Allah, and we are so powerful that we will face each and everything. Allah Ta'ala said that Allah Ta'ala is more powerful, which have created you. How can you challenge your Lord and the Lord of this world and the Lord of the heaven? How can you challenge? But they did not believe on the oneness of Allah and so power of Allah. So one day Hud al-Islam went and then to their people that the day of punishment is near, and you must come back to Allah, and you must also prostrate only in front of Allah, and you must seek forgiveness from Allah, and Allah Ta'ala will delay you to a natural life, to live a natural life. But if you don't believe on the teaching of Allah, on the teaching of His Prophet Hud al-Islam, if you don't believe, you would be destroyed as a nation, as a whole nation you would be destroyed. But they did not believe on it. Allah Ta'ala sent them the clouds, huge clouds, and they were waiting very strenuously to rain, but it was not rain. They became very happy and they shouted that it is going to rain here, it is going to rain here. Their children were very happy, their wives are very happy. But these clouds were not of that rain cloud. These clouds were the clouds of azab of Allah, punishment of Allah. And so Allah Ta'ala sent a very strong, very fierce storm on them, and it flew 8 days and 7 nights on them, and it destroyed their each and everything, their buildings, their trees, their irrigation system, their fertile land, and there was no such storm which people have seen earlier. The people were struck down on earth just like the palm trees fallen to the ground. So this was the punishment of Allah Ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala have finished all their nations. Now they are in stories. The world, the time period in world are going to finish, but people do not understand it, and so they were destroyed by the azab of Allah, by the punishment of Allah. It was a very strong storm which could not be seen neither earlier nor after that. And so they were destroyed. Hud al-Islam and his believers, they have been kept saved. And so after them, Allah Ta'ala rose another nation, and that nation was the nation of Salih alayhi salam, Samud. And Samud is also considered in Arab, and that is the Arabi Baida, that also became Arabi Baida, because Samud also did not believe on oneness of Allah. So Allah Ta'ala also destroyed Samud. We will discuss it in other episode. Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum.